Hey, what's going on, everybody? I've been working on the truck. Just haven't really been making tons of videos because it's all, maintenance, repetitive stuff that, is really easy and most people can do. Really, I just got done assembling the rear. So the rear is more or less 99.9% done. I just got done running the brake lines, putting the calipers, rotors, and all that stuff on. So, and then I ran the brake lines. I used a big chunk of the stock stuff, so that turned out pretty well. Here's what I did: calipers on, rotors on, axles in, diff covers on. Diff covers on. I left a little note for myself. I need more diff fluid because I used a decent amount of it to lubricate the discs and all that kind of stuff, and just lubricate things as I was putting together for the axle. So I do need more to put in the differential. Shocks in, axles in, all that stuff, bags in. I do need longer bolts for the upper shackles. They don't even come out of the bolt. I'd feel more comfortable as long as 2 or 3 threads came out, but it's literally inside of there. So I need longer bolts for the upper shackles, diff fluid, and then I have to go back and chassis saver. That's where I used my ground for my TIG welder, and then I put my bracket for my brake line on there, my stainless steel. So I love having a TIG welder because I didn't make a huge mess throwing spatter and all that kind of crap all over the place. So I was able to just slap that on the chassis, TIG weld it up, and call it good. It probably took me better part of 2 hours to finish running all the brake lines. So, but this whole chunk right here is all factory. It does come from the factory. It comes up here and it's all one piece, but I did this instead because I didn't want that factory breather because it has this non-interchangeable nipple thing on it for the vent tube. So I just got that vent tube instead, or not vent tube, but just a little vent. I mean, I'm not going to be driving through off-roading with this thing and crap like that, so I'm never going to really need a big vent tube coming up to the chassis. If I ever went that deep into water, I'd probably have more issues with the lowered truck. But here's what I did. I got that on there, bent that up. Sorry for moving around so fast. But yeah, all I did was adapt that to my stainless braid line. I'm going to go back because there's this weird plastic coating. It's not weird. It's actually really badass because the brake lines are not rusty at all. And this truck's got 160,000 miles on it. But yeah, the brake line's not rusty at all. It's got this plastic on it. And I had to sheath some of that back just to get the new brake fitting on. So I got that one on, and then it's not my best brake job ever, but I also haven't done a brake job in a while, so I out of practice. So it's a little wavy back and forth over there, but it'll do. And then runs up and over. This is all factory, and then out right there is where it kind of stops being factory because I had to modify it a little bit and to move it around up and over. It's real sturdy. I did mount it right here with a little brake line fitting. Oh, I don't think that's not a fitting. I forget what the hell those are called. There's a name for those. I just forget. But yeah, that line's completely from scratch. That one I did. But like I said, it's not it's not crazy perfect, but it's all right. So I got all that done. I'll put that back together after I re-chassis saver everything. Oh, there's a little frog in here. Total ADD moment. But yeah, there's a little frog in here. Check this out. Heard something slapping against the thing as I was working, or as I was talking to you guys. Oh, he ran under the lawnmower. Trust me, he was there. Oh, jeez. But now that I'm done with this, I got a couple more things to do with that, and then I'll do all that stuff off camera, so it's not a big deal. I do need to run my airlines yet for my bags. I do have a compressor for them, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna hook the compressor up right away, because I really want to just get this on the road right now. I'm probably gonna just run my lines into a T and then run it back and then do like a little Schrader valve for now, and then call that good. And then we get to start in the front. I came back and PB blastered all this, so we'll get going on that. I'll probably just do that in this video. That way I'm not, you know, just talking in this video. I'll show you guys what I'm doing. And then we'll get this all chassis savored, cleaned up chassis savored, and new brake lines. I think this is going to be the biggest pain in the butt part of the front end, because they got this weird union thing here where it's like comes into this T. It's got this hard leg coming out of the T, but I don't think it won't be that big of a deal, because I'll just eliminate those two, eliminate that whole thing, and then just do a brass T in there, and then do another hard line into my braided stainless steel line. And it's the same way on the other side. It's just, you know, one little L thing, but it still has that, you know, hard line. So we'll get going on that, and then I'll show you guys or update you guys as I go. So we'll get going on that. Well, not today, but, you know, in another day, but, you know, a second from now. So we'll get going on that. All right, so here's where I got it all. I mean, it didn't really take me that much time, but I got it all set up to get ready to start sandblasting it. I did most of the what you call it, like the bigger areas. I went through and ground them all down. It's all going to be like all the small stuff where I can't get like a grinder or any sort of abrasive in there. I'm just going to take the sandblaster and hit those real quick. Hopefully not make too much of a mess, but I mean, these front rails went pretty quick as far as like sanding them down. So the other side looks exactly the same, so it's not really missing much. The only thing you're missing is just me grinding on the rails and getting dusty and dirty. It's definitely a very dirty job. So we'll get these knocked out and then get the sandblasting, and then that way I can get that done. So, and then I just blocked off this side. And then I think when I'm sandblasting, I might just cut like a piece of cardboard and then like kind of hold it behind where I'm spraying. Like, if that makes any sense. Basically, like, I'll have the gun in my right hand and then a piece of cardboard in my left hand. And when I'm spraying, like, past something, it'll hit this. Maybe I'll try to show you guys a little bit better, see if that works out. Actually, I'll probably try it first and see if it works out first, and then I'll let you guys know how it goes. But we'll get sandblasting on this thing, and then we can start do that rust converter stuff, prime it, etch it, then chassis saver. And maybe one of these years this truck will be back on the road, because this was supposed to be a winter project, but now it's now turned into a spring summer project. So we'll get her going, and I'll update you guys when I got some stuff done and see how it all goes. All right, so here's where I got it all sandblasted. There's still some areas I'll have to go over with the hand sander, but I really just wanted to get all like the little nooks and crannies I couldn't get using like the regular, you know, 2-inch sanding disc, and like all that kind of stuff. So I'll get in the rest of the nooks and crannies with like the wire wheel and whatnot, but just wanted to get all these like super hard to reach areas. Like, that was my main goal, is to get all the big chunks off, so then that way I can, you know, chassis saver. So that's more or less it. Yeah, this is what you look like after you're done sandblasting and grinding and all that good stuff. So yeah. But because I do have like a hood and all that stuff, but it doesn't really work that well, and like it gets on your face, and it's just more of a hassle than just putting a respirator on, then with some glasses real tight to your face. And then I wear a beanie so I don't get a bunch of that stuff in my hair. So, but that's more or less it, and that'd probably be it for this video, because I don't want to make these videos too long. My next video it'll be actually be more of an update because that's what more of these videos are. I'll get the chassis all painted, etched, primed, rust proofed and all that kind of stuff, and then chassis saver, and then I'll get that going, and then it's assembly time. And while I'm doing assembly, I can actually like what you call it, I can record more of that, because I'm not doing this stuff where I'm super dirty and I have to be really involved with what I'm doing, so that way I get it done real fast. So next time I'll throw you guys up on a little thing as I'm going through stuff and assembling it and all that kind of jazz, because I do have to press bushings and ball joints and all that kind of stuff. So I think that should be, not super interesting, but I know there's a decent amount of people out there that need to learn that kind of stuff. So I'll get on to that in the next video. Until then, I'll see you guys later, and peace out.